Know Thyself here. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all of my new content when I post it. So, for today's episode, I want to get into the idea of MGTOW. MGTOW is a phrase MGTOW, which is a short form for men. It's an acronym for men going their own way. And so, in this space that we kind of operate, for me, I try to come at things from a stoic perspective, using with a red pill lens. That's sort of how I want you to look at my content. Stoic perspective, red pill lens. And so when you think about MGTOW, men going their own way, it's very interesting because that phrase is born out of this, basically the last, I want to say 10, 15 years of social dynamics in America. And basically with the men who are MGTOW anchored, are the men who subscribe to MGTOW philosophy, what they're basically saying is that the dating scene as it is presently constructed, or the ways in which society treats women as it is presently how things are, is not favorable to men. And so one of the primary ways that I've noticed with MGTOW is they'll talk about the courts, family court, divorce court. This is usually where you will get a lot of people who will say, you know, I am going MGTOW because of my experience with either the family court or the divorce court. And they will have an experience, or they will know someone who's had a negative experience in those arenas and in those areas of society, and they'll say, because of that experience, I'm no longer dealing with women. Because I've witnessed someone who's had that experience, I'm no longer going to deal with women in that way. And to be completely honest with you, I think that every man could have a little bit of MGTOWism in him, because I think the society is just way too female-centered and femme-centric. Men are taught from a very young age, usually by their mothers, and if they have the non-privilege of being raised by just their mother, they are taught that they are supposed to basically live their lives to please and gain favor of women. So coming from a MGTOW perspective, when you say, hey, I am not going to do that anymore. I am going to go my own way. I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm not going to worry so much about pleasing women. You got to understand something. That goes against everything that our society is promoting right now. Our society does not want large groups of men who have opted out of the dictated notion that you should live your life to please women. If a lot of men were to say opt out and say, I'm going to go my own way, then a lot of the consumerism that is promulgated, is pushed on us, is that we are made to take part in, would reduce significantly, if not disappear. You have to think about the overall market and what these people expect from men to do. I've likened it to this. I look at it like this. As a man, you're expected to spend a large sum of money on some westernized holiday at least every 6 weeks. If you think about it, what a lot of people at the top expect you to do is to spend money. And so they want to give you all these reasons to spend money. Now, if you say, I'm going to opt out, I'm going to go my own way, meaning I'm not going to spend money on Valentine's Day. I'm not going to spend money on anniversaries and birthdays. I'm not going to spend any money on somebody on Christmas or New Year's and holidays and things like that. Then, the spending of our economy would come to a halt, and thus our economy might come to a halt. So there is a vested interest financially of keeping you invested in the system, meaning there is an interest that is in which people are going to make a lot of money if you do your part, which is to keep spending your money. And so what they need to do is get you to keep spending your money on things. One of those things is the favor and or the pleasure of women. So just one aspect when you look at men going their own way. But I wanted to hit this topic from the idea of men taking back their power. That's what I wanted to talk about. So when you think about MGTOW, I think that every man should have a little bit of MGTOW in him, because I think that every man should figure out a way to take back his own power. One of the ways that you can take back your power, is to stop supplicating to women, to stop the idea that everything you do has to be at the pleasure or the favor of the women you encounter in your life. There are men out there that will mold and conduct their lives in a way to gain the pleasure and or favor of women that they don't even know. Think about that. There are men out there that will go out of their way in micro ways in their life to gain the pleasure and or favor of women they don't even know. That's how powerful the indoctrination is on men. We are naturally inclined to want to protect and take care of women. Yes, we are. But there are men out there that will use entire portions of their lives in which they will focus on, how do I make women not dislike me? And these are not even women that they're related to, women they have a friendship with, women they have some association with, or even especially women that they're in a relationship with. And so, the reasons why are many. And we can go down a whole rabbit hole of why men act this way. But in my opinion, every man should have a little bit of MGTOW in him. Every man should have a period of time, either throughout their day or in their life, in which they go away from everybody. They get away from women, they get away from people, and they work on themselves. This is either in the form of, actually leaving the physical presence of women, like leaving that area and going somewhere else. This could be meditation. This could be working on yourself. This could be journaling. This could be whatever it is you need to do. I really do think that it's important for men to find a way in the routine of their lives to figure out how to separate themselves from the women in their lives so that they can breathe, so that they can think, so that they can reset, recharge, meditate, ponder, build associations with other men, build community with other men, actually physically build things with other men. Build systems, build structures, build, like I said, communities, build things with other men so that when you are around women, you have something that women can then occupy. Whether it just be a space, a mindset, you're setting up something, whatever it is, men need to figure out ways to distance themselves from women. So yes, go your own way and figure out who you are as a person, figure out what it is you're trying to do with your life. You need to separate yourself from women for an extended period of time, whether that be daily, weekly, monthly, whatever it is, so that you can go off and like you would say in the old ancient days, you go off into the forest and you go become a man. But I think that's something that men need to do daily or weekly or monthly. You need to go your own way, figure out your own stuff, and then make your way back into the community, hopefully with more insight, more wisdom, more skills, so that you can be more useful to yourself and those immediate people around you. And if the women in your life happen to benefit from that, so be it. If not, that's okay too, as long as you are figuring how to improve your level of skill. Now, I do disagree with the aspect of men going their own way, meaning they're going their own way permanently, like off into the forest forever. I don't agree with that. But I do think that you should have a little bit of MGTOW in you, meaning that at times and at periods of times you separate yourself from the presence of all women, including family, and you go somewhere and you recharge, you meditate, you ponder, you gain new skill, you gain new wisdom, you gain new understanding. You center yourself in who you are, you strengthen yourself in the type of man that you want to be. You work on your thoughts, you work on solidifying the level of love and peace and understanding that you have within yourself, the knowledge base you increase, and then you return to the community, to the tribe, a more fulfilled, a more peaceful, peace-filled, a more radiant, a more caring, stoic, helpful, useful man to that tribe. So I agree that MGTOW is a great concept, and I think that going along with, red pill and stoic ideology, I think that MGTOW is great. But I think every man should have a little bit of MGTOW in him, and that you should figure out ways to strengthen your mind. And one of the best ways to do that is to separate yourself from the tribe, work on who you are, and then come back to the tribe more useful and better to the people that need you in their life. And so those are my initial thoughts on MGTOW. I have way more to say than that. That will wrap up this video. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for checking out my content. Again, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye.